Hello, my name is Ed Clark. I'm the fuel spawner for the Blue Mountain Ranger District and for the Camp Lick project. I'm going to give an overview of the existing fuel conditions of the Camp Lick project for your consideration. I'd like to start the discussion with a talk about fire risk for the Camp Lick project area. Fire risk is simply the chance of a fire starting. It is determined by using past fire start frequencies, and this number is expressed as the number of fires per 1,000 acres. In order to rate out as a high risk, the area would have to have one fire in 10 years per 1,000 acres. The Camp Lick project comes out to a 1.4, which means for every 1,000 acres there's a chance of having 1 to 1.5 fires within a decade per 1,000 acres. Fire risk cannot be changed on any given landscape, but we can modify certain stand characteristics to change the severity of a fire on a particular stand or landscape. In this view, we are looking at the potential fires that might occur within the Camp Lick project area. These were modeled using the Forest Veg simulator on the worst case scenario day with temperatures over 90 degrees, winds greater than 12 miles an hour, and relative humidities below 20%. As you can see here, the fires range from a surface type fire all the way through to an active crown fire. This table shows the types of fires within the project area and the acres that they represent within the project area. It also shows the proportion of the project area of each fire type. It's good to note that 56% of the project area could burn with a passive to active crown fire if a fire was to escape initial attack within this project area. These images show the correlation of fire type to flame length within the project area. The image on the right shows flame length in 4-foot increments, and the image on the left displays the type of fire that could be observed within the project area. Notice the correlation of the 8 to 12-foot flame lengths and the type of fire that could potentially burn across the landscape. This is a couple images of stands within the Camp Lick project area. These are the types of stands typical of propagating surface fires into passive and active crown fires, as discussed earlier. Notice the number of trees and the closeness of the trees, as well as the ladder fuels that help propagate surface fires into crown fires. .68% of the project area falls within a warm, dry, hot, dry plant association group and best fits the fire regime 1 that has a high frequency or fire return interval of 0 to 35 years and is characterized by fires with low severity. These fires would have a moderate scorch height, some consumption of wood material, and limited soil exposure. These may best be characterized as a low intensity underburn or prescribed fire. This may be an example of what the historic fires may have looked like in the Camp Lick project area. With the high frequency, low severity fires, a more classic open ponderosa pine stand would have existed, or mixed conifer stands dominated by fire resistant trees such as ponderosa pine, western larch, and some Doug fir. Small trees would have had mortality, as you observe in this picture. Canopy lift from fire scorching lower limbs of large trees would have been observed. Low amounts of downwood would have been on the forest floor, and areas of unburned patches of limiting soil exposure would have occurred. This concludes the fire and fuels portion of the Camp Lick resource stories.